Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going to be looking at a mace, or a warhammer rather, that was named after the Schaefer brothers, Max and Eric Schaefer, who worked on Diablo 1 and also were working on Diablo 2. And they're working on the new Moonbeast game as well. I think at least Eric Schaefer is working on the new Moonbeast game. The Schaefer's hammer is an interesting hammer, but we're going to take a look at it and we're gonna play around with it, shall we? So first off, it is a warhammer with 5 to 9 damage, durability of 50, and it has a strength requirement of 40.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
As you can see, it is Schaefer's hammer. Schaefer's hammer has negative 100% damage on it, which means that it has 0 to 0 hit damage, which is quite interesting. There's really not much more to say about the actual damage of the weapon because, well, it doesn't have any damage at all. However, it does have this massive amount of 1 to 50 lightning damage, which is kind of crazy, and I feel like we need to show this off. So the lightning damage that's added onto weapons in this game seems to occur as a form of, like, a spell that's being cast, and I'm not exactly sure if it requires 2 hit chance to actually even cause that damage to hit a target, because technically, as far as I am aware, it seems to be a spell that's being cast in front of you when you swing your weapon. You can clearly see that when I swing with Schaefer's hammer, it very clearly makes this lightning-like form in front of me, and I'm fairly certain that that lightning is what is doing the 1 to 50 damage, not the actual hit of the weapon. And if I were to find a monster really quickly and test this theory out, I mean, the 2 hit percent chance isn't like awful on this character, but it's not exactly amazing either. I haven't been through here yet. I mean, it certainly seems as if the lightning damage is doing its own thing. Now, Schaefer's hammer has other benefits. It also comes with the 50 hit points, which is actually really nice. So you get an additional 50 HP just for putting on Schaefer's hammer. It also has a chance to hit of 30% increase, which means you're more likely to hit the target, if that particularly matters. I don't know. It also gives you a resistance of 75% to lightning, which is crazy. It's a lightning-themed weapon, just like Schaefer's hammer in Diablo 2. It gives you a large amount of lightning damage and also gives you a large amount of lightning resistance. And it gives you plus 10% to light radius, too. It's, I mean, yeah. You can sort of see the light radius increase. Like when I take the hammer off and put it on, like you can see it. I don't believe it has a special graphic. Let me double check real quick just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that's just the standard Warhammer graphic. Yes, that's just the standard Warhammer graphic. It's definitely a themed item. I mean, when you think about themed items in video games, this one was obviously themed around lightning damage. The one in Diablo 2 is also themed around lightning damage. It has the ability to cast static field, and it does pretty decent damage. They didn't seem to kill the physical damage on the Schaefer's hammer in Diablo 2, but the physical damage on the Schaefer's hammer in Diablo 1 is definitely murdered. Unfortunately, as a lightning damage only weapon, when you come across some of the monsters in the game that seem to have extremely high or almost entirely immune to lightning damage, this weapon will essentially be useless. So it's only really going to function versus monsters that are not immune or highly resistant to lightning damage in the first place, which kind of makes it a pseudo-useful item, similar to maces that are really useful versus undead, but not quite useful versus beasts at all, because they have a bonus versus undead and a negative penalty versus the beasts. This particular item already has negative 100% damage, so it's not going to do any damage basically versus anything in the game except for maybe undead monsters. And the lightning damage itself is essentially only going to be useful versus monsters that are vulnerable to lightning. So again, not very useful in zones where the monsters are immune to lightning. It's an interesting item. Obviously, one of the themed items named in the game, like Sivrup's Cudgel, is named after Brevik, and this one is named after Eric and Max Schaefer. I'm not exactly sure if you would really get much usefulness out of this item, though. I don't know. I run into so many monsters that seem to be immune to lightning in this game, and I don't know how useful this item would actually be in the long run. I mean, depending on how that, like, 1 to 50 lightning damage actually functions, whether it requires you to hit the target or not, I guess technically Schaefer's Hammer could be useful to anybody, even if you have a relatively low to hit chance, if that lightning damage can hit a target regardless. Which essentially makes it a very interesting weapon from that perspective. But I'd have to do a little bit of research in that to see if it does require you to land a hit to get the 1 to 50 lightning damage. Let's check and see how much it sells for.
Oh, what can I do for you?
14,031. That's actually a pretty good price for a hammer. Not bad.
Oh, what can I do for you?
I need to buy more stuff anyway. Running out of gold. We need money. We need money. Running out of identification money. Anyway, as always, I do appreciate you guys and gals joining. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button if you enjoy the content. It's fun going over these Diablo 1 items and learning about all the Diablo 1 uniques. Some of them I've never seen before. I don't remember ever finding them, or maybe I just never played enough to get my hands on them, but yeah, I just don't remember them. It's interesting to see all the various unique items, and also, you know, the ones that exist in Diablo 2 as well. It's interesting to see the older counterparts of them, like the Schaefer's Hammer. As always, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button, and keep watching.